This week on Sailing Safar, you're going to see a bit of this, some of this, and a very small amount of this. Now, but on a serious note, yeah, I think this is a good episode, perhaps one of my best. So I just want to thank you guys for the support so far on this journey. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, then give it a click now. And then if in 10 minutes time you think I'm a douchebag and you don't want to watch any more of my stuff, then by all means unsubscribe again and cut off all ties with me. But no, hope you guys enjoy it, and yeah, let's crack on. Good morning. So it is around about 5:30ish, 5:40, and yeah, we're just getting ready to depart. So first up's going to be engine checks. So yeah, just make sure that it's all good. I know that the wind's again going to be very light today, so yeah, we're going to be relying heavily on the engine today. So yeah, just engine checks. Then most importantly, it's drink some coffee, and then yeah, then we heave anchor and get underway. So let's do it. Sun's ready to come up over the horizon. I have a feeling it's going to be a beautiful day. The coastline is very pretty as well. Could be worse. Got just the main up, steadying the boat, but again there's basically no wind today, or nothing forecast anyway, so it's probably just going to be a day spent under engine, slowly cruising up the coast. We departed our anchorage this morning just after 6 AM, and we're heading up the coast now. See, we've done about 7.5 miles yeah, since we departed, and the plan is going to be to follow the coast up towards Aguilas. Oh man, that's probably really bad pronunciation. Yeah, so we're going to head up towards here and then drop. I think we'll probably anchor again if we can. So maybe in this bay here. I can see that there's some fish farms supposedly, so maybe we won't go in there. We'll just have a look when we get a bit closer. Otherwise, worst case scenario, we'll come into one of the ports.
won't lie, that was probably one of the best recoveries I've ever done, so yeah, that worked. We are sailing! Engine is off and we are underway. This is good. Breeze is still quite light, but it is just enough to keep us moving in a positive way. 9 knots on the beam, so and that is increasing a little bit. So we're just making 5 knots at the moment, which is great.
As the breeze began to fill in and Safar filled her sails, we looked set for a nice day of light wind sailing towards the Aguilas anchorage.
So I've just had the drone up. In fact, I should probably say I've just arrived in the Aguilas anchorage, and I thought it was too good of an opportunity to miss a good drone shot with these old buildings in the background and all the rocky landscape here. But the drone is really pissed. It's really pissed off the birds, to the point where they were dive bombing it and attacking it. So yeah, I brought the drone back. I managed to get some good photos though, and a little bit of a video. Obviously, with the drone stuff, you don't hear the noise, but there must have been like, I don't know, 200 birds chasing the drone at one point. So I had the drone in its fastest mode, sport mode, to try and escape them and then take refuge behind my big mainsail here, which I've just left up for the moment. I'll stack it away, but I thought I'd leave it up while I anchor, just in case I had any issues. I could sail my way out of here. Not that I was expecting issues, or that I'd probably be able to sail my way out because there's no wind, but it sounds good. I know this is going to be cold. It says 18 degrees.
Point, I'd like to think I was discussing something intelligent and possibly meaningful whilst enjoying the whiskey sunset. Sadly though, I'd left the GoPro in time-lapse mode, so no audio had been recorded. departing Aguilas, my next plan was a 40-mile sprint to the anchorage outside Marmanor.
So it's funny, but through the drone footage that I was just recording, I noticed that the Yankee has a couple of little wrinkles just along that leading edge, so I guess what it needs is a bit more halyard tension. Now it was fine, so I think what's probably happened is the halyard, which is arguably a bit thin really, but the halyard has probably slipped slightly on the clutch, and that's just see, I've got a bit of wiggle room there, so that's probably just slackened it slightly along the track, but it's too windy to try crank it up now really, so we'll sort that out later. It'll be fine for the time being, but yeah, shame. It's probably ruined some good drone footage by the fact it doesn't look quite as good as it should, but never mind. You can see we are we're really just pinching here hard on the wind right now, just to transit this gap between rocks. But yeah, so far so good. After the drone footage turned out bad, and obviously I could see the tension wasn't right. I had planned on just sorting it out later, but my eyes couldn't take it anymore, so I cracked off the sheet slightly to ease the tension out of the sail, and then hauled up on the halyard. So you can see it sitting much better now, no wrinkles in the Yankee again, which is good. You don't want to over tighten it, but yeah, it can't look like it did in those pictures. It's such a shame because I think that footage is going to be so good, but never mind. There's a little orange marker just off our starboard side here, and I believe that is rocks, and then same just here off our port side, that should be rocks. So we'll just go keep an eye aft. I don't need my insurance company seeing this, like, what? How did you hit the rocks? It's like, well, I was busy filming up on the bow. So yeah, we'll just pay attention, check the chart again. Yeah, we're all good. It's funny, the stuff that just comes to you as you're sailing. Maybe it's just as you're by yourself, I don't really know, but yeah, I find myself either talking to myself, singing, well, not so much talking to myself, but singing to myself for sure. Sometimes I just have the music on and I'll throw out some shapes, you know, a couple of little dances. Yeah, not even sure why, but it amuses me, and I guess that's all that really matters. Not quite sure I'm ready to show much of it on YouTube, but who knows, maybe when I'm doing an Atlantic crossing or something, maybe I'll throw out some shapes for you guys then, who knows. Long we've tossed on a rolling main, now we're safe for shore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, Ronnie, 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 oh. Okay, we're not far off arrival now. So the plan is to come down the channel, and then we're either going to try anchor in here or we're going to anchor in here. But as you can see, there's obstructions on the chart and I'm not exactly quite sure where the best spot's going to be. So we're just going to drive in, come down the channel. When we get to about here, we'll have a look and assess the situation. Just slowly creeping in on tick over, just while we work out what's going on here. I believe it's like an abandoned marina project. That looks pretty scary. You wouldn't want to hit one of those. You know, if it was beneath the surface, it would be that'd probably be the end of the boat if I did. 2.5 meters beneath the keel supposedly, so that's plenty. Actually opening up into quite a wide area. It's definitely very sheltered anyway, so I think we'll just go find a spot over here where we're in the middle of everything, and then drop the hook. I won't be swimming here today though. It looks a bit daunting. Probably come up with tetanus.
The holding in this anchorage outside Marmanor was very good. Although it's quite derelict, there was a nice sandy bottom, so the anchor could really dig in deep, and with the protection of the fence all around also meant there was little swell. See you in the next episode.